Welcome back to the channel. It has been a while since I've made a video, but I'm happy to be back making them. I'm hoping to be able to upload them weekly, at least mostly weekly again. So for this video, as you saw in the title, it's going to be just 10 tips for playing the game, ways to improve your resources, spending and gaining. Just a lot of different, hopefully helpful tips, hopefully things you didn't know. There are going to be 5 bonus tips at the end that are not as helpful, but still can help out some, mostly for newer players. But I will go ahead and get started with the first 10. The first one is not to level up all of a character's skills. I've seen a Cynic Alex video that mentioned this, and it just seemed like a good idea. I'm not the best about doing this, but upgrading. So if you go to a website, I'll put it in the description. There's a website that has all of the rotations. It's also available in my Discord if you would like to join that. It should be there. But you can look at the rotation, see what skills are used, and whichever ones aren't used, like Dr. Doom's second skill here is not used in his rotation, so I have not leveled that one up. I don't do as good with that as I probably should. Like Loki here probably, oh no, that's just because they go to 10. But a lot of people, I usually level them up all the way. But it's a way to save you a couple million gold for each skill. So that's a helpful way to save up gold and just to get more and let that resource stretch further. The next recommendation that I have is when purchasing deals, if you want crystals, do not buy the crystals here. This is not a very good deal because you don't get near as much as you do when purchasing the Stark Stash. So with the Stark Stash here, you get 2,680 crystals. Now you have to wait a while to get all of them, but it's 2,680 for $4 US, and then for about the same price here, you get 550 crystals. So it's a massive difference with the amount of crystals that you get. And even just the initial amount is almost the same. You get 440. So in 2 days, you'll have the exact same amount as if you were to have spent $1 more right here. And then you would still have whatever it is, like 26 more days of crystals. So that's just definitely by far the best crystal deal in the shop. The next tip that I have, number 3 here, is to play World Boss Ultimate. Now, World Boss Legend is amazing. If it's your boss of the day, definitely just go for whoever that is. But if you just have had enough of World Boss Legend, or you get a World Boss Ultimate for the day, now like Scarlet Witch here, I didn't do. She only goes to stage 40 for me right now. But for example, if I had Black Dwarf as my boss of the day, I might do him because he goes to stage 99. And you just get so many more Titan records and Odin's Blessings. It's just a great way to get those 2 things specifically. I've even got CTPs out of this World Boss chest before, and P cards. So lots of good stuff that you can get out of this. The tier 3 materials are a little less, but you have a much greater chance at getting the other bonus items. And I'll add some pictures here so that you can see just some of the rewards that I've got. I've only got a couple right now, but there have been lots of times that I just haven't taken a screenshot that I have gotten good stuff out of a World Boss Ultimate. Another thing that I see a surprisingly large amount of people not doing is waiting for discounts for uniforms and just everything. So you don't always have to wait for a discount, but if you want a uniform, you should wait for a discount. It's going to make a huge difference. A lot of the discounts now are 50% off, so you're going to be saving half of you're going to double your crystals, pretty much. Double the value of your crystals by waiting. And also waiting for discounts for like unequipping Odin's Blessings, like here, just waiting for a discount to take those off. Jean's not someone you would want to take Odin's Blessings off of, but just waiting for them just waiting for discounts is great for that. Waiting for discounts for unequipping CTPs, artifacts, waiting for discounts to reforge even. Well, it's not going to be a discount, but waiting for the boost events where you're going to be able to have super success, and like that will be 3%. Each one will be worth a lot more. So it's patience in this game can help you do a lot better, help your resources be worth more, help you just progress further in the long run. So the next thing I'm going to go over is just some of the best stats to build up, because sometimes it's hard just to know what stats you want to have built up. But the two main ones that you're going to want to have capped or near cap is ignore defense and cooldown reduction. You can see both of them right here. I'm going to try to get an arrow pointing at them. So those two are the most important. Then after that, it doesn't matter that much. You can go with attack, or sometimes I like to go with crit rate and crit damage. If it's more of a PvP person or someone that has more trouble staying alive, you can go with HP and dodge. Just a lot of options from there, but you want to really try to get that ignore defense and cooldown duration capped. The cooldown duration you don't have to focus as much on if you're in PvP. I've heard, I don't know a ton about PvP, but I've heard that it's better to be able to have more skills go, which more cooldown helps with that. But if you're PvE, then definitely try to cap that cooldown. It'll help your rotation flow smoother and just make things easier overall. Next is going to be where you go to build up your different stats. This is tip number 6, because some of these people overlook. First of all, Uru owns blessings. Just that's very important. Make sure to amplify the slots using this here. 4 is usually what I settle with, but 5 I go with for my top tier characters. Some of these owns you want to watch out. Some of these owns you want to watch out because they might be increasing the attack, but my Jean Grey's crit rate is way overcapped. So some of these, like these here, they're making it even more overcapped. It would be a better choice if I were to replace them with a different one, but for now I just have those for the energy attack boost. And here is actually a place that I often see people overlooking for beefing up their stats. You just come in here. This is always going to be the last piece of gear only. None of these other ones have a changeable option. But here, you go here, and then you can change it to any of these stats, which is just very beneficial. It increases it by a lot too. So that's how I got my skill cooldown maxed out on her. And as you can see, I don't think I put hardly anything else on it, and that just finished it off. Of course, cards are also helping me some. Max out all the skills. You do have to get all the skills to 10 to tier 4 someone, so there's no avoiding that. But if your person is just a tier 3, that's when you would skip specific skills that aren't used. Another place for stats is ISO 8 set bonuses. Getting Power of Angry Hulk is great because you get 3 of these rainbow ISOs. So this is really good because, as you can see, I have dodge here. You can also get HP, crit rate, crit damage, all. But most of the time you just want to go with their attack on top and either dodge, HP. The bottom doesn't matter that much, but the top you want to be attack. The crit rate and crit damage aren't very good options usually. Of course, your CTP will have options. That one is pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure everyone knows that already. And then their uniform options will have stats. So I don't have a lot of hers, but I'll go to Moon Knight. What's his old uniform? Because that's one that I actually have them for. So his, as you can see, all of these stats here. So this one has, you can get your skill cooldown maxed out if you don't have it already, their dodge built up. Now this is the most expensive route to go usually to get stats on a character, since you have to buy the uniform, get it mythic, but it's still, if you need the stats, it's a great option. If if you're running slim on options to build up the stats, this is a good last resort. So you can see this one. I'm just going to show you all the different stats that you can get so that if you do get a uniform, you make sure you're getting the right one. These aren't the best options for his stats. These are just the ones that I went with when I was ranking him, because these happen to be the highest roll for each of the categories. So don't go with these stats when you're building up your person usually, but just go with whichever ones you need, whichever ones benefit you the most. So that's all of the different places that I usually go to get stats. Of course, cards also help with the stats. And that's actually my next tip. Make 100% sure that you are working hard on your cards. Cards are the most important thing in Marvel Future Fights, because characters will rotate in and out of the meta. All the resources you put on them, you're going to have to pay crystals to move. But cards are going to always affect every character in the game. So all of this Pierce, that can make almost any character good. So it just is an amazing benefit to have really good cards. I'm still working on my cards, even with 25% Pierce. I'm working on this card right now, trying to get just a perfect card so that I can replace my current White Fox. So even once you get 25% Pierce, don't stop. Keep trying to get perfect cards, because it's just such a huge benefit to have good cards. The next one that is also very important, easy to overlook, is to do all of the events. Like this event World Boss, all of the events, that's one of the optimal ways to get resources. As you can see, if you do this every day, you're getting 150 Essence, 150 Titan, and Odin's Blessing even. It's not a guaranteed one, but it is a guaranteed Odin. It's not a selector, but it's still a guaranteed Odin's Blessing. But lots of good resources from this. So make sure to do that. Make sure you don't miss any of your event quests. That's very, very easy to miss a day. It's fine if you miss one. I mean, this isn't the main event quest. It's not as important. But when you get to the main one that has like the Mega Tier 2, the premium card, the CTP, definitely make sure to get that so that you can get your premium card out of that to work on your cards more. Multiverse Invasion is also a really good way for you to get gold. When you're running low on gold, this is okay, good. So I can show you here. So if you're VIP, I don't know, maybe it was 2 or 3, then you can get gold out of this. You can get gold regardless from the first one here, but that gold is a really good amount of gold. Now there's a lot of other options here that you could get, but it's free to autoplay. So it takes clear tickets, but other than that, it's free. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it's just autoplay. You don't have to actually play it. So it's good to run, try to get some gold, and if you have low VIP even, you can get this guaranteed gold here. For the final of the 10 main tips is to do Shadowland. So I haven't done mine for this week yet, but go up to floor 15 at least. You don't have to go higher. I don't usually go higher than floor 15, but go to floor 15 so then you can get this where you can just autoplay it every week. Just get the 15 rewards for free. The first 15 floors, that's a lot of biometrics. That's one of the best things out of it, is you just get a lot of biometrics to level up your people like Dr. Doom. Wow. As you can see, that takes a lot, because I've just used over 100 biometrics there and got practically nowhere. So it's very important to get biometrics. Now for the 5 bonus tips. The first one's going to be focus on good characters. Sorry, I had to edit that out. So I don't mean you can't build up anyone for fun. Of course, if you want to build up someone for fun, that's great. Just have fun with it. But if you want to really advance in the game fast, then you're going to want to focus fully on good characters like Jean Grey, Black Bolt, if you have his uniform. Just several of these top tier people. Ghost Rider, if you have his uniform. It's hard because a lot of them are seasonal, but if you manage to get these uniforms when they came around, that's going to be amazing for you. It's going to make it really easy to progress through the game and just get good as quickly as possible, get resources built up, so then you can build up the garbage people that you want to. Like, I have Destroyer built up here, even though he's one of the worst in the game. Another thing that can be irritating sometimes when you first figure it out, though most of you probably already know this, is that there are energy types. So, for example, Odin here is energy attack. You can see in this little box down here, right under his level, his energy type. So that is the type of that is the type of attack that you want to build up on him. So you want to put that kind of Uru on him. You want to put that kind of ISO 8 on him. Just all of that is what you want to put on him. Here's an example of the discount on ISO 8 set bonuses. So as you can see, it's 50% off, so your gold is practically doubling in value. There's also this one exception that I have found. I have never found someone as obnoxiously different than this dude. So he is physical attack here, so you build up his physical attack, but his skills deal energy damage, but it's based off of your physical attack. So you build up your physical attack, and he does energy damage. So, if you're building him up, build up his physical attack. It doesn't make sense, but that's just how he works. I don't know anyone else that works like that, but just look under the level, whatever that says, build that up. I had made ISO 8 set bonuses in one of the bonus questions, because I didn't realize how much I would go over it with the stats, but I will just touch on it real quick, that when you're building up someone, Power of Angry Hulk's usually best. Hawkeye and Overdrive are the other top two. These offense recommended are all of the top ones. So Overdrive is like the secondary, and then you really don't want Hawkeye, but it is still an option. But you mainly want one of these two right here. But if you need to save gold, go for all three. Just when you're going in here to auto select, just select all three if you're trying to save gold. You can go just Power of Angry Hulk, but it's going to take a long time. Like you can see 0.2% chance, so it's not going to just pop right up for you. It's just going to take a lot of gold. Next up is the Uru amplification. Just make sure to amplify this. Make sure to go until you get at least 4. You can stop at 3, but 4 is usually not that difficult to get while also being very beneficial. And for the last tip, it's not amazingly helpful, but it can be good for helping you progress through your future pass, progress through Cosmic Core. Just come into this, hit ready, and don't even play it. It gives you 50 collectors, Cosmic Core tokens. It gives you 50 of the Future Pass things. So it's not a huge help, but twice a day, 100, well, every day getting 100 can be it can add up fast to help you get through those things quicker. Anyway, that's all that I have for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you would like to support my content, leaving a like is the best thing that you can do to help that. And if you join the Discord, I would also love to see you guys there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.